They want attacking, purposeful football all the time. Now we've got our backs against the wall and we're going to fight, and we're going to fight hard. You've got to show me all the guts and all the determination you've got in your body. You've got to inspire me.
A marvellous kick. That's as good as you'll ever see. And puts player back in front.
I don't know about you guys, but if I see one bloke walking out of here, give the paddle back from people out there for a good effort, I'll spew up.
From inside the centre square, boys kick the goal. Boys kick the goal. From inside the centre.
Hey Pack, welcome to Danny Boyd with Added Stevo. It's a podcast about the greatest football club in the known universe and all multiverses, the Footscray Football Club Proprietary Limited. They trade as Western Bulldogs. I'm Danny McGinlay. Mark Stevens is sitting opposite me here in the beautiful Spread Eagle Hotel in Tigerland, which is absolute enemy territory, but it's where we are.
Oh, it's a wonderful spot to be. I'm not sure what they call it, Danny, whether it's the Federation Room or something like that, but it's one of those private dining rooms upstairs. And it's great to be back here at the Spready. Of course, the only place you can get a 7-ounce or a pony in Melbourne, basically, these days. And being back in Adelaide, where I've just come from.
That's right.
It's still confusing. You order a pot over there, or a pint. No, you order a pint, you get a schooner.
That's right, because you've got to go order an imperial pint.
Which
to
is
get
crazy.
A proper pint. Yeah, I know, it's ridiculous.
So we need a common sort of thread or a real... some sort of
didn't we
mantra.
Federate just for this reason?
Yeah.
What happened in 1901? Edmund Barton's first order of business should have been, all right, all the glasses have got to be the same. Don't worry about the rail gauges. I know about that, but come on.
Well, a pint's a pint. It's an imperial measurement. So if you're over in Adelaide, I was in one of my favourite pubs, the Exeter, which is in the top end of Rundle Street there. A fantastic place.
Oh, is that the one? So hang on, we're talking the east end of Rundle Street?
Yes.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. It is a great pub. Very rock and roll.
Very rock and roll, very Fitzroy. So, I had a pint there, which was actually a schooner, which is crazy. And there he is, Foss, the publican's just walked in here to the Federation Room as we do, we go... and record here for our massive
He's
podcast.
letting us record here for free. So, Foz, what's something we should plug about the Spread Eagle Hotel to our loyal listeners? Wednesday night, steak night.
The tables are already set. It's a juggernaut here, the steak night. They've already had to set the tables. The numbers are huge.
Bookings are essential. Get involved. And just off air, I did speak to my beloved co-host, Mark Stevens, who's been a pescatarian for 30 years now.
1997 is the last steak I had, which is not music to Foz's ears, but I often come and have a barramundi.
I dare say he's made enough money off you, Steve.
Yeah, I think he's doing all right. He's doing all right. And I'll see Foz here on Friday night. We have a bit of a get-together. So, and hopefully we'll be celebrating a win, Danny, because Thursday night...
So it's a bit weird. So this obviously came out Tuesday afternoon, and is less than 48 hours before the game. I'm not sure... We've got to thread the needle with our listeners.
Yeah.
But let's go back to last week. You were in Adelaide. A few fans were worried that, because it was a close game against the Dockers and they did get away in the last quarter. But, did you go for I was worried. It was such a low-scoring Dower game. I thought at one point you would have walked all the way back to Melbourne.
I enjoy the Dower low-scoring ones because there's less fluctuations. It's less nerve-wracking, and you go over there, it's level at half time, and let's be honest, we sort of went in there thinking not damage control, but it was a
lot of people just saying don't let us get flogged,
have a crack, and in the end they probably, we should have got closer if not for a few mistakes, but
scoreline flattered them. I thought we played brilliantly. Do you know what's weird? Okay, let me ask you this. Went in with, everyone was comparing it to the flood game of 2000, the super flood. And then Bevo came out in the post-match presser saying, no, we weren't trying to do that. And is he just playing mind games or did he?
I think it's a bit of both. Obviously, there must have been some plan to be reasonably defensive.
Yeah.
And look,
and it almost worked. Yeah. There was just some basic errors. We got a bit more tired. I mean, remember this is our second 6-day break in a row. Now we've got another 6-day break. Third time this year we've had 3 6-day breaks in a row. We've got. I don't remember a time a team has had this rough of a draw.
Yeah, we've had a rough run. North obviously coming off they played Saturday in Tassie.
That's right.
So they're coming off a short break as well. It has been a tough run. We've had to come back from Perth. Obviously keeping an eye on the game. Didn't watch as closely as normal. I was sitting at a restaurant called Africola.
Africola.
in Adelaide, which was quite good. One of those spots where you sit at the bar and watch the kitchen at work.
Oh, I love that.
Which, it's great.
Yeah.
And it kept me sort of occupied, my mind off the game a little bit. I was checking up on scores and highlights.
Does Jane just have you on a leash because you're about to go for a walk? It's like, no, get back here.
I said to Jane, we're just going into restaurant mode here for a while. Turn your phone off as well.
Oh, yeah.
Not to get distracted. Got back for the second half. But, it was... Look, I was pretty proud of the way the guys went about it. And a few little things went wrong. Obviously, Lobby's kick across goal. If that had just landed in the right spot, we're in front.
Could have broken them.
I'm not sure we would have won, but you never know. When you get in front, Danny, weird things can happen.
Absolutely. And with a team like Freo who can have their spirit broken quite easily, I think it would have been great. Cooper Hines was voted best on ground, which I was very excited for the young lad for it. But the main note I have about this game, how good is Dolan? Josh Dolan is very, very exciting young player. He looks about 12. He looks like a little leaguer, two little leaguers standing on top of each other, but he was fantastic. I was so excited watching him.
Yeah, I think you have to think what he'll be at the age of 24. I think he's going to be a really good player. We've had to be patient with him. Probably hasn't got enough of the footy and at times has sort of fumbled or turned it over, but he's a young player.
Absolutely.
And it was a pretty good effort over there considering Norton pulled out.
It was managed. Didn't pull out. That makes it sound like he was going, don't want to go home.
Yeah, so that was a blow. As soon as you saw Norton out, the wind went out of my sails. And Waitman, as we speak, I believe Norton's got through training pretty well.
Oh, excellent. Because everyone would have seen
the track as well. So I don't. Bevo last night.
Bevo on 360 is what I was going to say, yeah.
But that's the way Bevo talks, though. He doesn't give too much away.
No, he doesn't.
So fingers crossed. We need Norton because if you take Darcy out and Norton out of any side, it's going to be hard to kick goals. That's our problem this year. We can't really put quick bursts of goals on.
Yeah.
And put teams away.
Well, it doesn't help that we just keep playing top four teams over and over. So,
and then, we get... we got Carlton at the wrong... we got Carlton next week, which is completely the wrong time.
Again.
They've got momentum, and then we got Melbourne at the G to finish.
Now, breaking news, people might not have realised this. They have moved the AFLW game. Our first home game was Whitten Oval on the day we play the Demons, which I believe is the 22nd of August. It was supposed to be a 5 o'clock start, and that absolutely clashes with the men's game now. So that has been moved to 2 o'clock. So you can get a full day of footy now. I'm going to be heading over to Whitten Oval, watching the women at 2 o'clock, then catch a train straight to the G, and I'll watch the men.
Right. When is that Melbourne game again? It's
the 20. It's the 4:40. It's a twilight.
Twilight Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay, so they changed that. It was going to be Thursday night, which was no good. So Twilight Saturday. That'll be an interesting game. Hopefully the Dogs get up Thursday night and perhaps we could almost rest some players, Danny.
Yeah, and then we got Carlton. Carlton is in between the Kangas and the Demons. Sunday afternoon, because the fixture hadn't been released by the time we were recording this last week. So I'm pretty happy with that. Normally I work Sunday afternoons, but that's the one weekend of the year because the Logies are on. We record it 24 hours earlier.
Did you get an invite to the Logies?
No, I did not this year.
Not as a warm-up guy?
No, different. I did work last year as a warm-up for Sampang, but this year Bob Irwin's got his own crew, so which I'm fine with. I'd much rather be going to the footy.
So what, they're coming from Australia Zoo or something? Or,
I think so,
yeah.
I've no idea how Bobby does it.
Crocodile tamer?
Did I tell you I've met Robert Irwin a couple of times, but there was one time I was alone with him for like 5 minutes, and it was just he'd just filled in hosting. Have you been paying attention? And I went to the green room. He was there, and I grabbed a beer. I said, "Do you want a beer, mate?" And he goes, "Oh no, I don't really drink." And I went, "Okay, cool." Bob, what do you do to relax? Because you have such a weird life. What do you do to relax? And he said, normal things, skydiving, horse riding, and just all these like extreme sports. And I go, cool. That's not that, that's not that normal. When do you kind of, do you play video games? He's like, no. And he goes, well, what do you do? And I go, well, I like to barbecue. I like to watch footy. I've got a few goldfish. And that was red rag to a bull. Don't tell Robert Irwin that you've got pets. because suddenly he was like, "You've got goldfish." I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "What kind are they?" And I go, "Oh, there's some comets and shabunkins." And they go, "Cool." And you have them at cold water or tropical? No, they're cold water. What balance of pH do you have in that? He was getting so technical. He was and genuinely fascinated. He just loves animals like properly, and he wanted to know everything about my goldfish. And then by the time we'd finished that chat, other people were in the room. But he's a legit interesting man and delightful, but loves his animals.
So you're a cold water.
I'm a cold water goldfish
just a fish
guy.
Bowl, like a little bowl.
Well, bowls are actually cruel to them for some reason.
Growing up as a kid, we used to have a little bowl and just throw a goldfish in those days.
Yep.
You didn't even test the water. You'd get a bag.
That's
I
right.
think it's a lot harder these days to buy a fish.
No, it's sadly not, but so many people just kill fish within a few weeks of getting them because they don't know how to care for
cruel.
them. It is. It is very cruel. Absolutely.
So if you got not one of those little, we used to just throw 2 fish in a little bowl.
Yeah, no, I've got a big a big rectangle tank, which is easier for them because they know where the edges are. But also, you need the right bacteria in the water. You need to be alkaline. You need it to be harder. So I do know all the chemistry now, but I did.
So right about a bowl that the fish would keep headbutting it because they can't see the edge.
I think something like that.
Gee, how cruel were we in the 80s?
Oh, we were shocking.
Back in Shep with a fish bowl, throw a couple of fish in, hope for the best.
Yep, that's pretty much it.
And there were cats prowling around and everything. It was just terrible. Open face, open top.
Yep. Yeah, mate. Fish are hard to deal with. They're very difficult to keep alive, but I'm pretty good at it now. But there's a lot of in the afterlife. I'm going to see a few dead goldfish that I've got to apologise to.
Wow. Well, that reminded me of Danny Southern, of course, who had. I don't think it's an urban myth, but he had a shark in his backyard.
Did he?
In his pool. We need to probably check this.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's part of Bulldog legend that at one stage he had a school shark or something in a pool in the backyard of his house.
All right. I hope it didn't have chlorine in it because that shark wouldn't have lasted very long.
Well, we're not sure. Well, yeah, I'm not sure about the quality of the water.
We'll
but
look
I think
into it.
We need to get Danny on. We can probably get him on, the great man.
Mate, I would love to have him on. I would love to have Danny Southern on. And by the way, we've got a very special guest for the Patreons. We're going to be talking to the editor of the Footy Record, Ash Browne, and we will play. Coming up, we're going to play you some highlights from that, even for the free-to-air, because it got quite heated.
You submitted a story that he didn't run to start with.
Oh, yeah. Well, we can talk about that. No, but of course, I'm going to get him on that Spot the Difference from last week.
Yeah.
Mate, that was shocking. Anyway, other things that... actually, before I get into those, let's talk about the Kangas. Do you have any mail on... do you know George Wardlord, I don't think has played against the Bulldogs. Every time we've played them, he seems to be injured.
Well, I think he's just about ready. So just our luck, wouldn't it? He comes back for us. He's the one player at the Kangas you worry about. He's just got so much zip and go
He's a
about
great
it.
player.
I rate him better than Sheasel.
Yep.
Haven't heard a lot about North injury-wise, but they've had a good run this year. Not many out injured apart from Wardlaw at this stage. I look at this game, it's a little bit of a danger game, Danny. I often say
very
that.
Much,
but
very
North
much.
have been competitive. They've pushed Melbourne.
Yep.
They've pushed Hawthorn. They haven't been far off.
No, they're growing. They've had such a long period of no success in the men's. They're obviously dominating the women's. But, I'm always worried because... And their fans... I actually have massive respect for North fans. They're loud. Even when their team is absolute, bottom of the barrel, no hope at all. When they get a goal, they are just as loud as if they're not like Richmond fans who don't show up if they're not winning.
And we, I reckon, are a little bit passive at times.
Oh, yeah.
This is a home game. So we need to take the advantage of the home game. There won't be too many North supporters there, but I reckon even at, say, the West Coast game not so long ago, West Coast at times were louder.
Yeah.
With their cheer squad and the whole vibe.
Yeah,
I think the Doggy fans need to get up and about a bit. We've become a bit sort of subdued.
Yep.
The Richmond game was a snooze fest.
Yep.
This game's important. I think the players need a bit of a lift. It's been some flat footy.
Yeah, fair enough. So you reckon the onus is on us? Let's fire up, bring the thunder.
Yeah, bring the thunder, and look, I always take home ground advantage into it. I think it's a 5% advantage because you get more noise.
Yep,
and it's a home occasion. So for that game and then the Carlton game, it's a big advantage. So we need to win both those, obviously, and then You never know. We could sneak into the top 6.
Oh, wouldn't it be great? Yeah. I mean, we just got to... My son is constantly on the ladder predictors and working out the percentage of what we need for everything. I'll keep you updated, everyone. But
I've done all my predictions, and if you're a doomsday Bulldog type of person...
Which you are.
I can think this way at times. The Bulldogs can lose their last 3 games and still make it.
Oh, wow. Okay. I thought you were going to go with, like, we get drawn against Collingwood, have to play at the
first.
MCG. I thought that was the negative way. I didn't realise you could out-negative me. Yeah. Well done, sir.
So, basically what we need to happen is Carlton to beat St Kilda this week.
Okay.
That knocks the Saints out. They can't pass us.
Right, yes.
Then, if GWS loses a game at some stage, they're gone. And they play Adelaide at Footy Park. So if Carlton can knock over St Kilda this week...
Which is very likely.
Well, I don't think there's much chance we can miss.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah, so
but who do you want to play in the finals?
I don't care.
You don't care? You just want to get
Collingwood would be hard at the G because of the Collingwood.
Because they're home ground.
Collingwood.
Even though we would finish... The way I've got it, we finish 7th there. No,
it doesn't matter.
We're 8th, they're 9th.
Yeah. Apart from some LED lighting and, fancy red, white and blue colours, it'll feel like probably a Collingwood home game anyway because of the amount of supporters. And then probably Melbourne will play St Kilda or Carlton.
Yeah, one of them.
So imagine, it would be great though, Bulldogs Collingwood in a wildcard game. I remember in 2006, that was just huge. Dogs by 7 goals.
Yeah.
Farron Ray cut loose. Was sort of dodging and weaving through the middle. Rowan Smith kicked a goal just before the siren. So it was a really exciting time. To play Collingwood again in a wild card, big final, that would be 95,000.
Oh, definitely.
At the G.
Yeah.
So this is why we've got to do it. Doggy fans have got to get up and about this week and just get over this game.
Yeah. All right. Channel your inner Leith Vandermeer. Become a bit of a nuisance.
Yeah.
Knew what to do.
Yeah.
Fire it up.
We are a quiet supporting group.
We are? Yeah,
Where would
absolutely.
you rate us from 1 to 18? I mean, Gold Coast are quiet.
Yeah, well, no, you got to go per capita there. We do seem to be... Bulldogs fans generally tend to not be dickheads, and often the dickheads are the loudest. Yeah. So we're happy to chill back, and we're quite likable. So yeah, I don't know, but maybe we would. And this is going back to something we chatted about last week. Maybe we'd be louder if our song made grammatical sense.
Yeah. So the moves on here. We need to look at the minutes.
This is big, everyone.
This will be annual general meeting stuff.
Absolutely,
Kylie, and a meet's ticking off on it now, and the people that it'll be part of the AGM agenda. Do we change the song?
Well, and we're not saying rip it up and sing a whole new one. No, we just got to change a couple of little. So apparently one of our rivals, the Salty Dog podcast or the One-Eyed Bulldog, one of them, they've been talking about this for ages. I did get a good message from one of our listeners, James Scarecebrook is what he's called. He suggested that it should be Bulldogs Fight and Bulldogs Claw. Because Bulldogs do claw. We got big talons on there. And then instead of we give our very best. So one of the big issues is, so at the current song is, so Bulldogs Bite and Bulldogs Roar, we give our very best. Is it but you can't beat the boys of the Bulldog breed, or is it and you can't beat the boys of the Bulldog breed?
It should be and.
It should be and, because
Claw
but
and.
is a bit weird.
But's however or maybe.
Yeah.
No, it's got to be and.
We give our very best, however, you can't beat the boys of the Bulldog breed.
We've got to get more arrogant with the song.
Oh, definitely. Definitely need
and
arrogance
as I said,
in there.
North Melbourne's got an arrogant song. I'm not sure why, but they say that they're the champion team and they'll be premiers.
Well, but they never say when. Eventually they will. But he's also suggested, instead of give our very best, and I agree, I think give our very best is not arrogant enough. He's suggested we're stronger than the rest. However, that is a GWS line. I think we could do something like, Bulldogs Bite, Bulldogs Claw, we're ready for the test. Because you can't beat the boys of the Bulldog breed. Something like that?
Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think we can change it. Do we need to bring some new singers in? Because it used to be the Fable singers.
Yeah.
Did you know that? The Fable singers?
I know. They did it. They did all of them. They were just, weren't they? And one of them is Josh Caddy's grandfather. Did you know that?
No.
There you go. Josh
Fable
Caddy's
was
a
a
Richmond
record
guy.
label.
Yep.
Growing up, you had it on the record. And obviously, they had a posse of singers.
Yeah. But now do you know what's weird? We should ask someone at the club, why did we've changed the women's song 3 times, I think, and not the lyrics of it. We just at the start it was that sort of gravelly voice, daughters of the way, and then it sounded more like a church choir, and now it's a third version. I don't know. We could bring in who's the most famous rock star Bulldog supporter? Is it Mark Seymour? Hunters and
It would have
Collectors?
to be Mark Seymour.
Got to get him to record it, surely.
Yeah. Well, he's definitely the number one.
Yeah.
We've got some famous ones though. Lucas Herbert, who not many people would realise is a Bulldog, and he was leader of the British Open halfway through.
This is a golf guy.
The golfer.
I thought we were still on musicians.
The golfer from Bendigo. So there's some famous.
What, is he going to
supporters.
sing it?
Well, who knows? But he's a famous supporter. So there's some out there, but certainly would be Mark Seymour.
Yeah. I mean,
He's a small guy. You know how rock stars are often like smaller than you think? He's about 5'2".
Oh, did
really fit little guy.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Let's get it in there.
Good fella.
So, yeah, all right. So, if anyone's got any better suggestions on just some minor changes we could add to the song. So, we got to hopefully talk to the president before the year's out. We could put this to her. And we're not saying rip it up. We're just saying these. We just want to be grammatically correct. Pedantry is important.
You can always improve things. Raise
Absolutely.
the bar in what we're doing.
Damn straight.
And I know that Kylie listens. She'll be a chance to come on at some stage. I'm
hoping. Yeah. She's very busy. She's doing she sort of teased there's a new Disney series coming out, and they're making Spider-Man and whatnot.
So Spider-Man's out at the moment.
It is, yeah. I haven't seen it yet.
But as head of Disney Australia, what sort of impact would she have on those Hollywood
Mate, she's
shows?
running the joint. She's running the joint.
What? Worldwide? Global?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, she
I've no
would be.
idea how corporate works.
Yeah, no, it's a big business.
Damn
do
straight.
they still have those Disney stores, so that chatty where you can go in and get all the Disney fluff toys and whatever?
I don't know.
They were big there for a while.
Yeah, I have no idea. Anyway,
it's a big.
But anyway, yes, I'm sure she's busy, is what we're saying.
Oh, no, she
but
is.
we're hoping to get them on. So, is there any other business before? I want to play these people a snippet from the chat we had with Ashley Browne. AFLW news. I've got an exclusive. Mark Stevens. I've gone on my journalism.
Breaking.
Well, it was it's about a breaking. One of my gigs on the weekend, second row, I looked down, Elizabeth Georgia-Starthis, one of our absolute guns of the AFLW, and I chatted to her in when I wasn't performing, and I said, "How you going?" She goes, "Yeah, I broke my nose yesterday." She broke her nose in the match sim, but man, she was fine. She looked all good. She said, "Oh, it's a bit more curved than it normally is." I said, "Oh,
they're tough, aren't they?" If I had a busted nose, I'd be out for 6 weeks.
Yeah,
players get it pushed back in and come out all taped up like mummies around the head.
Yep.
You've got to admire it. And how did the show go, Danny?
Oh, mate, yeah, it went very well. Thank you to all the Bulldogs fans, the Danny Boyd, added Steve-O, listeners who did come out. And, it's in the hands of the editing gods now, and those specials will be out at some point as I get a phone
There's your
call.
editor there. And one thing when I joined TV journalism is Hutchie actually said, find a good editor.
Yes.
All right, and look after your editor because editors are so important at cutting things up.
Oh, yes. Yeah, if they don't like you, you're on the cutting room floor. I mean, it'd be hard to do that in a stand-up special, but...
So where's this headed? Is it Netflix or HBO?
Could be Amazon Prime. They might be interested. Or it could be YouTube. Netflix, I don't think... Oh, no, I do. Actually, I've got a link to Netflix. I doubt they'll take it, but let's find out.
Right.
Yeah.
So
stay tuned.
I love it. So is there an executive producer?
That'd be me.
Right. Continuity guy?
It's the editor, actually. So, yeah. His name's Ben Thompson. He's a good bloke.
Right, okay.
So I don't think we have any more news for you all. Thank you for listening. We are very close to announcing a big guest in the AFLW realm in a couple of weeks. And but for now, we're just going to leave it. We're going to jump behind the paywall. We were talking to Ash Browne from the Footy Record.
Well, we've got a teaser.
I did want to show you.
This is really good high production value stuff that you're actually going to throw to a teaser.
I am.
This is real professional.
I wanted you all to hear this bit of the conversation, even all you free-to-air people, because the reason we got Ash Browne on, we just talk about the Footy Record and the history behind it, but the spot the difference is taking the piss. What do you know what the most popular segments are? I love Swamp Stats. I think that's a great bit, and I also, the Jonty quiz is a bit difficult. I've got to say, I don't, it's real. That's for your proper footy nerds. But do you know what the most popular segments are?
Yeah, true. We're talking about the centre spread with the goals, and spot the difference. No question.
Spot the difference. I'm
we are well
glad you
aware
brought
of
that up.
Who's responsible? Is there a spot the difference editor or?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the labours of love. My very, very super talented production manager, Amal, he takes care of Spot the Difference. It's his pride and joy.
All right.
He produced it on a Tuesday. He tests it out on a couple of us before we go to print. We sort of work out, is it good or not? And then we have in here, the record comes out, it arrives in the office Thursday afternoon for the Thursday night game, and the SDN digital team, who literally sit 3 desks across from us, they down tools at 3 o'clock every day, get a timer clock going, and they have an internal competition to see who's the first to get the 5 or 6, and it is taken very, very seriously. Well, and the longer it takes them to do it, the better the job we know that we've done.
Well, okay, so 2 weeks ago we were watching the Dogs v the Tigers, not the greatest game of all time, and suddenly my son brought out the Spot the Difference, and Steve-O's wife, we were all sitting together, decided to have a go as well, and then it started with just 2 of them having a go, and then 3, and then 4 and 5. Suddenly there was about 8 of us poring over this Spot the Difference, featuring the Dogs v Gold Coast. So thanks for putting Aaron Norton front and centre. Now, one of the differences was Mac Andrews' left sock was about 2 millimetres shorter in one picture than the other. It was a disgrace, Ash Browne. Can you put Amar on? Because this is a sacrosanct. Spot the Difference is sacrosanct, and you are making a mockery of it.
Well, you've got to work for it. It just can't be. It should be something that you strive towards. And there's only so many things you change. It's the same 4 or 5 changes every week. Really, there's no major signs. It's usually a sock involved. There might be a sponsor's logo involved. There might be something in the LED in the background, and that's 3 of them already. So it doesn't really differ from week to week all that much. There's only so many things you can change. We're not allowed to change there's things we can't change in there.
Oh, yeah, like what? What are the rules of Spot the Difference?
I think there's a bit of AFL IP that we probably can't affect too much. But I think we had one recently. Someone's hairline was affected. I found quite amusing as well.
A hairline,
right?
So you made them balder than they normally
are. I think we made them might have been a bit balder, a bit more mulletish than they usually are. So we have a bit of fun.
Can I make a request then? Just on behalf of the Bulldogs faithful, can we get a Bailey Smith Spot the Difference where you absolutely make him bald?
We'll see. Well, we are potentially considering an end of year, the Christmas stocking stuffer edition of basically kids zone, but it'll be a lot of Spot the Difference. It might be a best of.
That's a good idea.
If that's the case, then I'll promise you guys we'll have a bit of fun with Bailey Smith.
Showed him.
Yeah, interesting insight, isn't it, and how they work. I mean, it's almost mean-spirited, I think. And it was bloody hard to do after a few jumbo Proseccos to work that out.
He's mentioning it.
They changed the glass size, but I believe they're the same.
Yeah.
So,
and very exciting, actually. This week in Top Dogs, I'm hoping to be there. You might not be there due to
that might be. Yeah, it's embargoed at the moment. I may have another commitment with the Bulldogs
involving Tom Boyd as well.
So it's Bulldog related
and podcast adjacent. I hope if it does get up, this thing, you and Boydie can just slip in many references to the podcast.
You may not see me at the Top Dogs.
Yep. But do you know who's going to be there? One of our super fans, Frode, the Norwegian firefighter from Florida. He's actually in town. I'm excited to meet him in person.
So can we get him on the podcast? He's been on, obviously, in the past.
No, well, he sings the Gigs Facts tune every week. But, I think we should get him on. I think I'd love to hear his story.
So I'm picturing him. Is he like a tall, handsome, blonde guy, like that striker, the Norwegian striker?
It's pretty much Erling Haaland in a Bulldogs top.
Right.
He's a bit older though.
Okay, but how good's that? So he's over just for the one game?
He's here for a few weeks. So yeah, we can maybe get him next week.
Yeah, maybe we can get him into the spready here. We can have a frothy.
Maybe, yeah. Well, he's Norwegian. Probably wants some sort of pickled herring or something. Well, thank you everyone. We're done behind the paywall to talk more with Ash Browne. Good luck on Thursday. Go Dogs.
Gave my childhood to that roar of the red, white and blue sea, and the knowledge that you had two loves, the Bulldog boys and me. 20 years on, I feel that longing hanging in September air, but the reason I go every week is to pretend you're still there. And they will find the glory one day, and I will throw it at your feet. It's a long, long road they're running for you, the dogs of Footscray streets. It's a long, long road they're running for you, the dogs of Footscray streets.